the plural form of formula. It is called as formulae. So, for an example, look at here. You are having y plus 15 equals to 17. Here you need to find the solutions for y. Okay, y is the one and only unknown quantity here. So by solving this equation, you can find the answer for y. So y would be 17 minus 15. It would be 2 here. Okay. How we found this 2? 17 minus 15, it will give you y as 2. If I give you the numerical, it is simple to handle it. Now, look at this one. V plus ut equals to z. Here, you are not going to find the solution. It is called as subject. You have to find a particular subject in this formula. Subject means, in English, what is a subject? Okay, this is an apple. This is an apple. Okay, what is the subject in this sentence? Okay, here apple is the subject. Okay, likewise, in here also you have to make a particular algebraic value as a subject. So denote that near to the equation inside a bracket. Okay, inside a bracket, not like this. Wait, I will show you here. So actually, if you are having an expression like this, p plus ut equals to s. In here, you have to make v as a subject. That means you need to isolate the v. In this question, what we did here, we are not talking, calling it as a subject, because other values are numbers. We have only one and only algebraic quantity, that is called as unknown constant. But in the next case, all are unknown constants, because we don't know the exact value for any of them. U, V, T, S, all are unknown quantities. These kind of expressions are called as formula. In a formula, you are having many, more than two unknown constants are appeared in an equation, that is called as formula. Okay, that is called as formula. Already you are familiar with some formula. How to find area of a triangle? Half into base into perpendicular height. This is a formula. This is a mathematical formula. How to find area of a trapezium? Half into sum of parallel sides multiplied with perpendicular height. This is a formula. These are some examples for the formulas. Likewise, here also there is a formula given. In this formula, you have to make v as a subject. That means you need to isolate the v. In this equation, you need to isolate the v. Just like the algebraic operation. Carefully look at it. So, v added with ut. V plus ut in left hand side. In right hand side, you are having s. You need to isolate the v. That means I will keep the v itself here, s here. I am only going to move this positive ut. It is going to be a negative ut to the next side of the equation, because we need to isolate the v to become a subject. Subject means that is the core of that formula. Okay, in English sentences, that is the major concept of that sentence. Likewise, here also in the formulae, you need to make this particular value as a subject. That means you need to isolate that subject by doing the opposite operation, which is located near to that one. So here, this would be the final answer. V equals to S minus ut. It is called as subject. Okay, you have to make a particular algebraic quantity as a subject in an equation. Here you are having more than one unknown constants. In these kind of expressions are called as formulas. So if I have an expression like this, 2x plus my equals to 13f. Okay, here you have to make m as a subject. you have to make M as a subject. You have to check whether where is the M is located. If it is located in left hand side, it is really simple. You have to keep the constant which we need to make it as a subject. It should be located in left hand side. Okay, it is here in left hand side. Thereafter, what do we need to do is you have to keep this my itself. Okay, I'll keep the my itself just like an equation. You have to bring the unknown quantities to other side. So 2x, we don't want 2x here. It is a positive 2x. When you bring the positive 2x to next side of the equation, that will become negative 2x. The m, the value which we need to make it as a subject, that still exists in left hand side. Okay. Now look at it. My. Okay, my. We only need m multiplied with y. Suddenly, my means m is multiplied with y here. We need only m. So I will keep the m itself another quantity. Y is multiplied with m. So the multiplicand of the left hand side, when you bring that to right hand side, that will become a dividend. So this total value still exists. It should be divided by the whole value y, because m multiplied by y, it is equals to this whole value. So when you bring the multiplicand y as a dividend, it should be divided by the whole value. 13f minus 2x should be divided by y. Here we have completed to make m as a subject in the given formula. So the new expression which we are having is 9 upon 5 c plus 32, it is equals to f. This is the conversion formula of the temperature in Celsius to Fahrenheit. Okay, Celsius to Fahrenheit. In this formula, you need to convert, you need to bring C as a, okay, inside the bracket they will give you the quantity. Without giving, just make C as a subject in this equation or formula. Instead of that, they will give you a bracket like this, little far away from the formula. So you have to determine that, okay, here we have to make C as a subject. That means we need to isolate the C. So initially what we need to do, you have to keep the operation which is located near to the C as C. Think about it. You have to keep this value as it is. 9 upon 5 C. This positive 32, it should become a negative 32 here. Okay? The positive 32, that will become a negative 32 here. Mostly in equations, try to write your equation in an alignment. Okay, don't write your equation somewhere here, 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 likewise. If you keep it in an alignment, it is easy. What I did, I just kept it as it is. Thereafter, just I bring I'll bring this positive 32 as a negative 32 to next side. That's what I did up to now. Thereafter also, we need to do some more operation. 9 upon 5c, that means 9 times of c divided by 5. So I'll keep the 9c itself as it is. This f minus 32, it should be multiplied with the 5. Here in left hand side, the 5 is a divided. So when you bring that to right hand side, that will become a multiplicand. This whole value, not only f, not only 32, both of the values should be multiplied with 5. Thereafter c, it is equal to f minus 32 times of 5. The whole value should be divided. This is a multiplicand here, so it will become a dividend to left hand side to right hand side. So this would be the overall solution here. Here you need to apply the opposite operation than the previous ones. The addition 32 became negative 32 and the dividend 5 became multiplicand 5 and multiplicand 9 became dividend 9. That's what we did in the question. So in the first equation formula, look at this, we need to bring AT as a subject. So I will keep this AT itself. Okay, 80. So V is having a positive direction here. When I bring that to next side, that will become a negative V. So U minus V. And A multiplied with T, that is equals to U minus V. So we need only T. So the multiplicand A, that will become a dividend U minus V upon A. This both of these values should be divided by A. Okay, keep it on mind. For the next question, A. A would be our subject. For that, first I will bring the dividend 2 as a multiplicand. Dividend for the whole bracket, there's a dividend and multiplicand. We need to do the opposite operations for them first. So n times A plus L, that is equals to the dividend 2 will become a multiplicand 2. 2 times S, it is 2S. Okay, 2 times of S, it would be 2S. While you are writing S, don't write it as 5. Okay, 2S. It should be a definite one. 2S. Thereafter, a multiplicand. The whole value multiplied with the 4. So I'll bring that one as a dividend. A plus L, it should be equal to 2S divided by N. Thereafter, one operation left. A added with L. So opposite that, you need to do the subtraction. So A should be equal to 2S upon N minus L minus L. This would be the final answer. Don't write the N as a whole dividend because that is not a whole dividend at all, because for here only the N would be a dividend. Thereafter positive L become a negative L. If you made any mistakes, just correct them. I found two answers correct, another two are incorrect, just correct it. L is equals to A plus N minus 1 times D. A plus N minus 1 times D. Previously I told you that the value which you are need to bring it as a subject, if you keep it in left hand side of the equation in the formula, it is way simpler than right hand side. Okay, I'll explain why is that. In this expression we are going to make N as a subject. N as a subject. Before that, before starting to do the operation, you have to write the order separately. You have to write this value to right hand side to left hand side and left hand side value to right hand side. I'm not changing any direction, any operations. No, I'm just going to write A plus N minus 1 times D. It is equals to L, because the value, the constant which we need to make it as a subject, that is located in right hand side. It is little complex to do the operation to next side. So that's why we are familiar with left hand side to right hand side conversion. That's why I just change the order. Okay, I just bring it to left hand side to right hand, sorry, right hand side to left hand side. L became left hand side to right hand side. I didn't did any operation at all. I changed the side. Okay, I swapped the side of both quantities, and thereafter usually we can do the simplification. So N minus 1 times D, it remains same. You have to bring the positive L as a negative L to next side. So L minus A. Thereafter N. So N minus 1, it remains same. It is equal to D. Sorry, the multiplicand D. This whole value multiplied with D. So it should become a divided. L minus A, that will be divided by value D. Thereafter also one more operation left. N minus 1 equals to this total value. So we only need to make N as a subject. So N should be equal to L minus A upon D. This negative 1, that will become a positive 1. This would be our overall answer. I just bring this here In this formula, you need to bring A as a subject and thereafter D as a subject. So initially, the constant which we need to make it as a subject is located in right hand side. So you have to bring it to left hand side first. A plus n minus 1 times D, it is equals to L. This is what you need to do as first. Thereafter, A. To bring A, just think about it. A is a separate one, n minus 1 into D is a separate one. So you can write the A itself, that is equals to L minus n minus 1 into D. No need for the expansion of the algebraic quantity here. You can keep it as it is. The positive n minus 1 into D whole quantity became negative n minus 1 into D. So this would be the answer for first question. For the second part question, D as a subject. For that one, n minus 1 into D, that remains same, equals to L. You have to bring the positive A as a negative A. Thereafter, just keep the D itself, D multiplied with whole n minus 1 value, both n minus 1, the whole expression. So L minus A, it should be divided by n minus 1. This is the way you have to make D as a subject. In this question, make y as a subject. So here only our y is located. So I will write y upon b itself. Y upon b, it remains same. 1 also remains same. So you need to bring this x upon a, not only x, not only a. Here only we are having the quantity which we need to make it as a subject. So you can bring the total fraction itself. Positive x upon a, it will become minus x upon a. Okay, minus x upon a. Thereafter, y. Y is divided by b. So the divided b should be multiplied with both 1 and x upon a. So you have to keep it inside the bracket. Definitely you need to keep it inside a bracket. Thereafter, this whole value, y upon b equals to the whole value. So when you bring a dividend as a multiplicand, this whole value should be multiplied with b. So you can write b here or here. No problem with that. But you need to definitely indicate 1 minus x upon a inside a bracket. Okay, you need to definitely make them inside the bracket because this is equals to the whole value. When you bring the divide and b as a multiplicand, so it will become whole multiplicand. Both values multiplicand, both 1 and minus x upon a should be multiplied with b. In both sides, left hand side and right hand side, both are consist of x quantity. In those cases, what you need to do is just keep ax it is. Expand this bracket, expand the bracket with m because we need the x quantity that is inside the expression. So we need to get it out. So mx minus mt. Now look at this. You have to bring here ax quantity already in left hand side. So I'll keep the ax here. You have to bring this mx to the left hand side as well because it is also consist of a x quantity. So the positive mx, it is having a positive direction. Positive mx, it will become a negative mx left hand side. The negative mt, no need to bother about that one because it does not consist of any x quantities itself. So you can keep it as it is in the right hand side. I just expanded and thereafter I brought the needed quantities to left hand side. Thereafter, look at here, both are having x quantities. Here you need to make x as a common factor. When you bring x as a common factor, it will become a minus m. X times a minus m is equals to negative mt. Negative m. Then finally, x is multiplied with this expression equals to negative mt. So x would be negative mt divided by the expression a minus m. This would be the final answer. But we just expanded because either side are having x. So we cannot deal with that. So you need to bring the x quantities to one side of the equation. Thereafter bring x as a common factor, do rest of the simplification. Both numerator and denominator are having a quantities. So you need to bring them to the ground state first. So I will do the cross multiplication here. This dividend a minus p, I will multiply the dividend a minus t with the p. So p times of a minus t, it is equals to 80. Hereafter you know how to complete the question, because already we had a question like this. Now both right and left hand side are consist of a quantities. You have to expand the bracket and bring a quantities to one side, other constants to another side, thereafter do rest of the simplification. Try the question by yourself first, thereafter I'll explain. Hereafter I'll expand the expression by p. So p times a minus pt is equal to 80. So what do I need to do is, I'll bring the, here we are having an a quantities, here also we are having an a quantity. So I'll bring a quantities to one side. The pa that remains same. This positive 80. Positive 80 will become negative 80 here. Hereafter we don't want this negative pt in left hand side. No, that does not consist of. It is not having any quantities a itself. So that's why I will bring the negative pt as a positive pt to next hand side. Okay, next hand side. Then here a would be the common factor, thereafter p minus t, that is equals to pt. So a should be equal to a multiplied with the expression that's equals to pt. So pt divided by p minus t. This is a solution. Okay, it is a possible solution. But in mathematics, there is no any definite one answer for all questions. There might be other suitable answers as well. So here, when I bring the AT to here and negative PT to here, this would be the simplification you have to deal with. Instead of that, look at here. I will bring the PA to next side and I'll keep the negative PT itself in left hand side. So I'll keep the negative PT itself, AT itself, I'm going to bring, because as humans we can think in many ways. Some might think, okay, we need to bring this one to this side, that is a suitable one. If not, some students might think we can bring this one to this side, both are suitable. That's why I explained by the next method. So I'm bringing this pa, positive pa, as a negative pa to next side, negative pa to next side. One more thing, you need to keep it in the proper manner. That means if you are capital T or capital P, definitely in your answer also it should be a capital P and capital T. You cannot interchange them. I kept the negative PT itself. I brought this one to next side. Negative PT remains same. In here I'll bring A as a common factor. A, after bringing A as a common factor, it is having E minus P. E minus P. So we need to make A as a subject. So I'll keep the A itself. So this multiplicand t minus p expression, that will become a dividend. Negative pt remains same. It should be divided by t minus p. This is also a suitable answer. Both are suitable answer. pt upon p minus p is also a suitable answer for A. If not, negative pt upon t minus p also suitable. How this came from? Okay, because when you multiply this expression by negative for both numerator and denominator, that will give you this solution. That's how this one came from. According to the thinking pattern, your answer might change, but either this one or this one would be the one and only suitable answers for the question.